Hello again, everybody. It's Harry Boxer, the Technical Trader. Tuesday night, July the 26th. We did not go with the boxer shorts list last night, so I want to do that tonight, particularly with the market in a precarious position here. We are either going to blow from this area or roll over hard, so we should at least have ideas in our pocket for potential downside movement. Looking over the boxer shorts list, selectively, ADTN, ADT, notice that the big drop that it had earlier in this month was followed by this feeble bounce and then a pullback to support. But certainly very negative technicals. It looks like this could roll over and get hammered hard down into the low 30s, maybe 30 and a half, 31. Currently at 34.87. ASMI, beautiful head and shoulders topping pattern, broke hard and bounced. Down 80 cents today. Looks like this could roll over down towards the 25 and a half area, 26, something of that nature. Currently at 31 and 21. Capital One Financial, massive topping formation. A breakdown below 47.5, 47, 40, 50 area could be quite disastrous for the stock. Keep close tabs on this one because if it breaks, it could break hard. I'd be looking for something in the 43 zone, maybe even in the high 30s eventually. CYD, one of our former shorts, which worked here, had snapped back to the declining top line moving average and has been coming down here. Today dropping 61 cents. But if it rolls over hard, it could come down to somewhere in that 15.5 to 16 zone as a trading target, currently 1928. Ensign Group, very toppy looking after a nice run up earlier in the year, broke hard, rallied back over a 2-month period, and has begun to roll over here. Although it was up 30 cents today, the volume and technicals do not look good, and this thing looks like it could continue lower to test the 26 area, and if that breaks, something around 23 maybe. ETP in a very distinct down channel here. You can see the sharp move down in May, lower move in early June, and then finally a snapback to test resistance across this level where the gap is and near the declining tops line at the top of the channel. Since then, it's rolled over the last couple of weeks and may be headed for a retest of that 45 area, and if that breaks, we could see the stock down towards 41. FactSet Research Systems, FDS. Massive head and shoulder top here, big breakaway gap to the downside, a snapback to the resistance at the filling of the gap and at the declining moving averages and a channel top. But at the same time, it formed a rising wedge here that was subsequently broken and broken hard with a drop from 104 down to 92. We did get a bounce to resistance, but it looks like this one could roll over some more, and we could see maybe a move down into the mid-80s. FFIV, after breaking hard in January and rallying back in February, it rolled over very sharply in March. Tested the October lows successfully, bounced back up, and over the course of a 2-3 month period, worked its way higher in a rising channel. However, this big breakaway gap to the downside last week has set it off, and a move below 96 could really hurt this one. Initial move to 90, secondary move to 85. GenPro, GPRO, continues to look negative as this topping pattern broke hard in June, formed a wedge after that, and then rolled down to test secondary support before bouncing, but failing to take out resistance, forming a little bit of a wedge in this area. And we'll see if that does break to the downside. We could see a move down into the mid-50s. IHS, after breaking hard in June and snapping back in a bear flag action to resistance at the declining tops line, moving averages and lateral price resistance, then broke down, snapped back last week, failed at the declining tops line, and then today down another $1.39. This one looks like it could break hard and fast, and if it does, a quick move down to test the 74 area may be had short term, even as low as maybe 70. Creighton Performance Polymers, KRA, beautiful uptrend last year and beginning of this year, but then it rolled over hard, bounced back in a 6-week consolidation, is beginning to roll over perhaps. Notice that this line here was violated at the close today as the stock dropped 92 cents and could be signaling that's about to trigger a leg down similar to here, meaning a move down towards 29.5, 30 maybe had it. Initial support around 34, 4.5, that's my initial target, secondary target 29.5, 30. National Presto, NPK, rolled over hard after topping in January, came down to support, bounced, retested and bounced again, finally took that entire consolidation pattern out here. but has rallied back slow and steady in a bear flag type action to the declining tops line on a parallel basis. At this point, we may see the stock come down into the low 90s. Open table, down hard from the April top to the June low, coming from about 118.17 area down to the mid 70s, bounced to near 90, and then rolled over in the last couple of weeks, testing the lows again. Looking for a breakdown and a move down towards 61.2 zone. Quest Software broke hard and fast here and here, and has been able to do very little here besides form a bear flag. Now, if you step back and look at the long-term pattern, you'll see that there is some support down in the 17-18 zone beneath here, but it could very well see a longer-term decline that takes us down to test more key support down around 15, 15 and a quarter. SMG, current short position of ours, bounced this week, but has done little to damage this big wedge pattern. And if it does roll over here, we could see a pretty sharp slide that takes us down towards the, well, if it does break 48.5, we should see 44.5. Trimble navigation and a distinct downtrend after breaking this topping pattern with a thrust to the downside, snap back to resistance, formed the big wedge, steadily moved lower in June, snap back to the moving averages and declining tops line, and has rolled over. Has done very little in the last week besides form a little bit of a bear flag, and it could very well see the 34 range short term. And lastly today is VRA Bradley, which broke hard at the beginning of June, stabilized in the high 30s, low 40s over a 4 or 5 week period, rallied back 2 weeks ago to the declining tops line and lateral price resistance, but couldn't get through, has begun to roll over. Down 85 cents today, a move below 36 could trigger a further decline down towards 31.5, my secondary target. And that's it for the Boxer Short Review for Tuesday night. Bye-bye.